Hello everyone, Costless here with a Week 17 recap of the 2024 NFL season, and we matched my best record so far for correct predictions. 94% hit rate. The only game I got wrong was the New York Giants game, which is absolutely hilarious. As you guys know, big New York Giants fan. If you can't tell by the hat, got the banner. 100th season. Worst season I've ever fucking witnessed in my life, but we'll get to that, of course, when the time comes for sure. But of course, I appreciate you guys supporting my NFL videos. Yeah, it was a great idea for me to do the recaps and the previews. Been enjoying them, and I love just doing these. I like the fact that I'm doing this Monday night right after the game ends. Uh, Detroit beats the shit out of the Niners. They got no chance. But we'll get to that later on. But we first start off with the Christmas Day games, which feel like they were a while ago. Um, and I already talked about them briefly, but I'll just keep it short because I did talk about it in my preview for Week 17, which is still up if you want to go watch more in-depth analysis on what happened. But of course, got KC over Pittsburgh correct, got Baltimore over Houston correct, Seattle over Chicago correct, the Chargers over New England correct, Cincinnati over Denver correct, the Rams over the Cards correct, and of course we go to Sunday's games and of course the Monday night game that is about to end. It's still going on. Niners trying to hit an onside kick, goes out of bounds. It's going to be a flag and Detroit ball, so that is basically over. Um, the Colts Giants. I love that this is the first game I talk about really in this video. I have no words, man. I really truly don't have any words. If you guys are unsure what my stance is on the Giants, besides me being a fan of them and suffering for years and years and years being a Giants fan, I don't want the general manager. I think he's proven to be an idiot. Watch Hard Knocks, the off season of Hard Knocks. He completely has no clue what the fuck he's doing. Um, I think the head coach offensive guru, man. I haven't, besides his rookie season, uh, his rookie year at New York, I haven't seen the coach show me anything that's like, wow, this is his offense is innovative. This is top class. It's after the first year, the guy fucking fell off. He did a Ben McAdoo on us. And of course he wins this game, but fucking hell, he needed 9 home games to get 1 home victory this season. It's just pathetic. Pathetic all around, man. But yeah, the Giants fuck up their pick for the 2025 draft. We had the number one pick, now we don't. No matter whether you're a Cam Ward guy or just Shadur Sanders, that's his little stance. He goes like that. Even though my $100 beloved watch doesn't hit as hard as his AMP watch or any of those watches he has in his collection that I'm sure are fucking nice. Um, yeah, no matter where you in, which camp you're in, it's just dumb, man. It's really dumb. Or if you're Arch Manning guy, you want to set out the next season, and then the following season we go draft Arch. We had so much play at that number one pick. We could have traded back. You could have done a multitude of things. Now we lose that leverage for what? A culture win for Drew Lock to say that this win was for the fans. I didn't enjoy it. I'm not actively rooting for the Giants to lose. I would never. But I'm watching the first. I missed the first quarter. I had to attend mass and had to run some errands. But I watched the second quarter at Twin Peaks and I watched the second half at my house. None of it brought me joy. It really did not bring me any joy watching this team. I understand that players are going to play to win. They have mouths to feed. They need to get paid, and they're not going to lose because their allegiance is to themselves, to their families, to their loved ones, not the fucking this franchise that's probably going to cut them, not extend them because of this shit season. So I don't hate on the players, I really don't. But you Tommy DeVito, everyone still hates him for what he did last season, getting those wins and ruining our draft pick. Same thing with Drew Lock, man. Drew Lock fucked up our shit. He's probably not going to even be on the roster next season, if we're going to be honest. But yeah, the Giants. I don't know what to say, man. I really don't know what to say. The Colts, you're pathetic. The fact that you were in the playoff hunt going into this game just shows the AFC is really top heavy, man. How the fuck is a team that shit sniffing the playoffs? Had no chance. No fucking clue. But yeah, it's just pathetic game. Like I said, the Giants ruined their draft pick. Hopefully, the general manager and head coach are fired after next season. But I can definitely see the Giants going and beating the Eagles, and they really fuck up their draft pick. Now we're gonna be picking the bottom half of the top 10. It is what it is. It is what it is. I only expect the worst from the New York Giants. I there's nothing good to look forward to with the New York Giants. Let's be honest. Um, but we shall see. Hey, they're the one. They get paid millions of dollars. Whoever the general manager is going to be, whether it's Shane or a new person, they they get paid millions for a reason. They got to figure this shit out. But of course, the Giants shoot themselves in the foot long-term wise. Of course, they're gonna say it's great to have a victory. Yeah, where was this where was this offensive domination any other of the fucking games? Cleveland we beat, but that's Cleveland, and then we beat Seattle. But that wasn't really a dominating win offensively. But yeah, offensive guru Brian Dable, yeah, it's like calling him skinny. It's not accurate. Let's be honest. But I'll move on. I'll move on because I could talk about the Giants forever, as you guys can tell. But yeah, I just I'll move on. I'll move on for the betterment of both of ourselves. Vegas going to New Orleans and getting the win. Predicted that. Look, Spencer Rattler's ass. And there wasn't really much thinking into this. It's like, when I think of Spencer Rattler, like how ass is Spencer Rattler? It's that picture of Livy Dunn. That's how ass he is, man. Is Spencer Rattler? He'll be a busboy at your local Chili's in no time. He's cheeks, man. I don't even know how he played college ball. He's just an idiot. You know, bad decisions. Vegas won as long as Aiden O'Connell knew how to like throw a ball. He would had a good chance of winning that game. So I don't think that was an upset. I think I picked the favorite in most of these games, to be honest. It wasn't this week wasn't really that hard because this deep into the season, you know what teams you're dealing with, and it wasn't that difficult. But yeah, Vegas wins, and like the Giants, they ruined their draft pick even further. Now they're in the bottom half of the top 10, just like what New York's going to be at the end of the season, more than likely. So I do have a good subscriber of mine, Pepsi, big Raiders fan, DMs me all the time. Yeah, you ruined your draft pick, man. For culture wins, that's what they call it, culture wins. You do it for the winning mentality that you instill in the franchise. It's a complete joke. Doesn't The fans could not care, but of course, that's the shit they peddle to us, trying to make us feel better about what's gone on. Tennessee against Jacksonville. Jacksonville wins that. It was the Battle of Mid. I saw the highlights. I forgot what I fucking saw with that. That's just a matchup that's the $2 game, where you have tickets that are $2 on SeatGeek or Ticketmaster or whatever ticket website you use. Those are the $2 games. It's a bargain, but for a good reason. The Jets against Buffalo. Man, the Jets are ass, man. Aaron Rodgers needs to retire. That guy's fucking washed. He needs to be sponsored by Old Spice. That's how wash he is. Um, guy's a fucking joke. That guy really ruined his reputation in the last 3 years. Like genuinely ruined it. I thought I had high thoughts about him, or I thought of him very highly, I should say. But Aaron Rodgers, you know, he's just a jerk off, bro. He's just a jerk off. But Buffalo wins that easily. No surprise there. Dallas against Philly, saw that as well. I only saw what I saw in I saw the highlights of all these games, right? But I saw it live at Twin Peaks when I was there for the first half of the Giants game. Dallas is bad. Like, you don't have CD, you never had a running game, and you have Cooper Rush trying to make sense of that Philly defense. There was no chance. Philadelphia won comfortably, and you know, sad end to the Cowboys season. Not for me, obviously, but for their fans. Uh, going into the season, I will admit Cowboys fans weren't chirping. I live in Texas, so I'm really surrounded by Cowboys fans, and what's funny is people in Texas, I tell them there's Cowboys fans everywhere. That's why you guys are hated. I lived in Virginia, I lived in Vermont, I lived all up the Northeast. There's Cowboys fans everywhere, right? So, but people in Texas don't understand that. They're like, why do people hate us? But, and of course, they have the reputation of always chirping, summer, oh, this is our year. Did you see our overrated draft class? We're going to win it. But this year, it wasn't that case. It wasn't the case. So it's just bad year for Dallas, but I'm not enjoying it as much as I should, or I think I should, because the Cowboys fans were surprisingly realistic about what the expectations were going into this season. And of course, you had injuries. You had Dak, I guess he tore his hamstring, or a severe hamstring injury that put him on the IR for the rest of the season. And of course, CD's out. But yeah, it's Dallas being Dallas, always disappointing. Except me, they make me happy. The Panthers go to Tampa. Tampa Bay dominates that game. I thought that was going to be close, but it really wasn't. I was shocked by that. Baker Mayfield had a career day. Um, Bryce Young looked good too. Bryce Young, everyone called him a bust. He's looking better than Caleb Williams at the moment, which is ironic. But yeah, Carolina, we'll see what they do next year. Of course, they really sold their roster, out for Bryce Young, so now they have an opportunity to keep building off of the shitty roster they have, but any addition is going to make a huge difference, I think, for the Panthers, given the fact that their roster is just bad, just as bad as the Giants, honestly. So we'll see what Carolina does. I don't think they're going to be a player next year, but I think they'll just make a small step in the right direction. Dolphins beat the Cleveland. I said I was worried about Skylar Thompson. He didn't even play. It was Huntley and I forgot who played for. I couldn't tell you who played for the Browns. His name's eluding me, but it was another backup. It wasn't even Jameis. But Miami wins that. It was another mid game. It's just two trash teams. Let's see what Tua does. Miami still has a chance to make the playoffs, but with Tua having hip problems again, I don't like the sound of that. If I'm a Dolphins fan, I'm not feeling too good about it either. That guy's always hurt, man. Always hurt. The Packers going to Minnesota, and this was the test for Minnesota. This was a game that I was looking forward to seeing. That was a game I was looking forward to seeing with my good friend Frank the Tank, good loyal subscriber as well. Pats fan. He's miserable like I am, but yeah, went to Chili's with him. We had a good time watching that game. It was we watched the first half. It was dominated by the Vikings. Green Bay made a game of it in the second half, but Minnesota looks good, man. I am a believer. I think that they will go. Whether they go and win in Detroit and win the North and the number one seed is something else, but whether they're going to be road warriors or having the number one seed at home, I think they're going to be a team that you don't want to face. Um, I will say this. I don't think I've implied this, but I don't think I've said it out loud before. Sean McVay's coaching tree is elite. I think it's the best coaching tree out there. I honestly, the Giants, if they were to fire Dable, which I think they should, like I said, earlier in this video, I want someone from the McVay coaching tree, man. You know, the coach for the Vikings, so good, man. He's so good, and it shows, man. The fact that he had his rookie quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, tears his knee out. It's a damn shame. J.J. McCarthy might be a Giant next season. You just never know how this plays out. But the fact that Sam Darnold comes in and it's like nothing happened. You would have thought that Sam Darnold was going to be the number one, was their franchise quarterback, not J.J. McCarthy. But yeah, it's just, you know, amazing what they're doing in Minnesota, but we shall see what happens with them in the playoffs, but they're going to be a force to be reckoned with for sure, in my opinion. And you had the Sunday night game, which I thought was going to be a dud matchup, but it turned out to be great. So what do I know? Atlanta going to Washington to take on the Commanders, and Washington wins that obviously in OT. But that was interesting, man. Washington coming out guns blazing, then they cool off, then they come back, and then it goes to OT. Wow, what a game. What a game. Washington, I will be honest, I think, and this is not just because the Giants have one of the best records against any team against Washington. They are the team that we have the most wins against. I have nothing good, they're my least hated team. I will be honest. Maybe that's because I lived in the Virginia in the DMV before. I don't really like I don't root for them, but I don't hate them at all. That's more for Dallas and Philly. But they're entertaining to watch, man. The fact that I don't have hatred towards them, I really enjoy watching this team. And Jaden Daniels from LSU, he's just damn good, man. It's exciting. Of course they made the comparisons to RG3, but this is better than RG3, man. Unless, of course, recency bias plays a huge factor in that statement there, but I think Jaden Daniels is a damn good quarterback. Whether and I will say this, Jaden Daniels, I would have loved to see him get drafted by the Giants if the Giants didn't have those wins towards late last season. But knowing us, bro, Jaden Daniels would be getting hurt all the time on that MetLife turf. So, would he be nearly as successful as he is in Washington as he would be in New York? Yeah, but I say I want Jaden Daniels in New York, but we all know he was going to get hurt on that MetLife turf, and with our luck, that was probably, you know, a certainty, a lock that that was going to happen. But of course, to recap the Monday night game against Detroit and San Francisco that just ended, Detroit wins it, man. They look good. Let's take a look at the stats sheet here. Um, I was surprised Detroit played their starters, man. Fair play to them. They gave their fans that traveled across the country you know, the show that they wanted. I really thought it was gonna. I was really surprised that the starters came out out of halftime and played the second half. But yeah, you got Goff with 303 yards, three touchdowns, 26 for 34. Jamar Gibbs gets 18 carries, 117 yards, and a touchdown. And Williams gets five receptions, 77 yards, and a touchdown. It's just, it's just the Detroit Lions, man. Of course, the Niners try to make a play towards the end of the game, but then, of course, just too little, too late. And then Purdy gets hurt towards the end of the game. We'll see if he's probably not going to play next season. But the Niners 6-10, that's insane to say. But of course, everything to play for next week for Detroit, and we shall see what happens Sunday night. Looking forward to it. But yeah, 94% correct prediction rate. It's pretty good. I don't know if it's the highest. Yeah, it is the highest because week 6 I had 92%. This was 94, so pretty good. Pretty good stuff. I'm not, like I said, this too little too late for me, but I'll take it. I'll take it. We'll see if we can get 100% next week. I think next week should be pretty predictable except the Sunday night game, but we shall see. We shall see. But until then, I hope you guys have been enjoying the NFL videos. If you have been, please make sure you're subbed up, you're liking the videos, commenting as well. I love reading the comments and interacting with you guys. And yeah, share out with your buddies, and we'll see you on the next one. We'll see you late Wednesday night or maybe early Thursday. We'll see. Um, maybe I'll upload it on Saturday. I'm always on the fence because of course, you want to get the Thursday night prediction already out, but then you have like 2 days where people can get hurt, people can get ruled out, go from questionable to ruled out, and it just messes up with your predictions for the Sunday games. So we'll see. Check Thursday. If it's not upload on Thursday, then expect an upload on Saturday. But until then, guys, take care. Don't be a dickhead. Costless signing out.